Who's starting, me or you?
I want him to start.
Al, come here. Al Jazeera. Al Qaeda.
Big Al, come on.
Al.
Come on, Big Al Bundy. He likes you.
Damn, Al Bundy. That's my fucking dude. Alphonse Bundy.
Indeed.
4 touchdowns. 1 game. Polk High. You know what's fucked up? A buddy of mine got married not too long ago, and he's a big Married with Children fan. And all his groomsmen, I was one of the groomsmen in this wedding, he got us all No Ma'am shirts. You remember No Ma'am from Married with Children? It was like the organization that Al and all his boys belonged to.
That is a funny thing, though.
And it was like the T-shirt, what it was, it said No Ma'am going like straight down, and it had like the woman symbol from like a restroom, but it was like had the red circle around it with it crossed out. And what No Ma'am stood for was the National Organization of Men Against Amazonian Masterhood. So it was like really like this misogynist thing of him and his friends who just wanted to kick back and drink beer and shit. And I'm a huge Married with Children fan, so it was funny that I was like, yo, I was stoked to get this shirt, right? He even had it printed especially for me because I'm a fucking fat ass. And so he gave it to us when we were getting dressed for the wedding, like putting all our suits on and shit. So you leave all your personal belongings up in this one room, and then you went down to where the wedding was. When we got back, all of our shit had been gone through, and my shirt was stolen, and a bunch of other people had other stuff stolen, like important things, like phones and stuff like that. But I was mad because I lost my fucking No Ma'am shirt.
As you should be.
But now it's like, I couldn't have worn that anyway. Rolling down the street with a shirt with like the woman sign crossed out.
Couldn't you?
Yeah, but I definitely get a lot of shit for it.
Maybe.
Because that's such an old show. People be like, then I had stuff like, no, it's from an old sitcom. It's like, so what, you piece of shit? But
that's only if somebody had the balls to be like, what's up with that?
I'm not that intimidating.
But yeah, but people aren't inherently outgoing like that either.
Oh, that's true too. They all have that spectrum hugging, look down, don't make eye contact shit.
Yeah, the general population is largely bitches.
So, speaking of the general population, you've decided to reduce its numbers. You got your balls snipped today.
I sure did.
I'm really mad about that.
Why? How's it going to affect you?
Because it doesn't affect me. It affects the human race. And what I mean by that is people like me don't need to reproduce. You know, I have very overweight. I'm the horrible person. I started going bald when I was 28. You know, I don't need to be here. I got health issues. There's no reason for me here, but you're a fucking good looking dude with a good head of hair and a big old dick. And like, to know that some young lad or lass doesn't get those genetics it's like, it's sad, dude.
What, one less?
It's one less big dick, smooth haircutted dude out there, or I don't know, some girl with a nice set of fucking hair, or some ravishing good looks.
So be it. Hey, that's my daughter we're talking about.
Exactly.
Not really. I don't have a daughter, thank God.
But now you get to leave it in as much as you want, so that's kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah. And any partner I have does not have to even think about birth control or fucking up their body somehow with like hormones and shit.
Yeah.
So.
Or one of those fucking implants and shit.
Yeah, exactly. That shit wreaks havoc on some. It's really good for some girls, but some others, like, it's Dude, horrible.
It's all a scam. It's just for fucking George Soros to attract women. You know what I'm talking about. Don't fucking play dumb with me. So fucking walk me through your day at fucking surgery, dude.
So I pull up to Brandywine Urology something or other.
I've been there.
On Falk Road.
Oh, yeah.
And... oh, Elliot's here. Hey, buddy.
What up, dog? Good man.
Perfect. So I pull up there, and you get checked in and all, and they were like, "Oh, they're actually waiting for you." I was like 5 minutes late, and they were like, "They're waiting for you. They'll take you back right now."
Don't they tell you to get there like an hour early?
No.
Oh.
No, it's literally like it was quicker and easier than getting an oil change.
Like I've ever had an oil change.
Well, most people get their oil changed in their cars. It's this thing we do to keep the car in good working order. So I
So
get
to
there.
keep your car in good working order, you got your balls snipped?
Yeah, basically. So
Okay.
they took me back to the room, and the I guess nurse was like, "Here's what we're gonna do. Like, get behind the curtain.
Real quick, what'd she look like?
50s, like regular lady. Nothing special, just regular. Good civilian. So she's like, take your pants and underwear off, and your shoes." And I was like, "Do I get to keep my socks on at least?" And she was like, "Yes, please keep your socks on."
Why can't you wear your shoes?
Because I gotta take your pants off.
So you can't shoes back on?
I thought about it.
What if you gotta make a quick fucking getaway?
For traction. Yeah. I would be at a huge disadvantage if I had to get out of there quickly. Can you imagine if I fucking had to run out of there with just my shoes on, no undies?
Yeah.
And just fucking swinging in the wind, like
Imagine
sprint
it.
at a
I
full
think
clip.
of it often. Jeez.
I'm just sprinting at a full clip, just like...
Oh, I just hear it smacking you in the chest. For some reason, you got a cracked sternum afterwards. Oh boy.
So they're like they're gonna inject you with the numbing shit, and then it'll kick in, and then he'll do the other side, and then he's gonna do this and do that and do that. I kind of listened.
Did her eyes get wide when she saw your gift?
No, she was turned around when the doctor came in and took the like smock thing off of me.
Right.
Because when they had me take my clothes off, they were like, "Here, wrap this around yourself for when you sit down, so you can get comfortable." So he came in. He's real. This doctor, I'm gonna shout him out, Dr. Cozzolino, at Brandywine Urology Consultants. If you're a guy in the Delaware area and you want the procedure, see that guy, because he was cool as shit.
I'm also a patient of Brandywine Urology
Nice.
for kidney stones.
Well,
Dr. Terranova, what's up?
what's up, Brandywine? So he was like, he was cool as a fucking cucumber. He was like, "This is what I'm gonna do. You'll feel like what feels like a bee sting when I inject the thing in your scrotum, and then you'll feel some pressure, which is just me like working on it, like moving shit around." He didn't talk like me, obviously, but he was like, "This is what you're gonna feel. It's probably gonna be a couple more minutes." And I was like, "Nice." So he did the other side. I'm laying there with my hands on my head, just staring at the ceiling, trying not to think about the fact that he's mutilating my balls at this time. And he was like keeping general conversation while performing a surgery in effect. And he was like, "Yeah, this and that and that." And then he was like, "All right, I'm going to cauterize it, and then you're going to do this and do that. Put ice or put something cold on it every 20 minutes or for 20 minutes, and then 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off for the rest of the day. Take it easy for a couple days, and we'll get you out of here." And I was like, "That's it?" And he's like, "Yeah, we're done." All in all, door to door, I think I was there for 15 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
It was crazy. And now, let's see, it's a couple hours later. I'm about 3 hours out of the procedure. It feels like somebody kicked me in my nuts really hard like a half hour ago. Like that's the soreness that I feel at this point.
Just the soreness part, not the part where you feel you're going to throw up from having your balls come out of your throat.
Right.
Yeah.
That part subsided. Now my balls are just sore. So it's fucking fascinating.
So what made you decide to rid the world of future big hogs and get this done?
Well, I don't want children. I don't see myself being a parent. I don't feel that thing that people feel when they look at other people's kids, or like oh. I've never done that. Now, I'm not like a total sociopath. Like, I understand like the love that people feel for their kids when their kid's born. It changes you and all that stuff. That's great. But I just don't want that.
Right.
I don't want to be. Call it selfish. I don't want to change my life. I don't want to devote my life to this kid. I've barely devoted my life to myself. It feels like I'm only 31, but still. Like, and plus, this world is so fucked up. Like, I can't imagine what it would be like to live for 100 more years and see how weird this world keeps getting.
But imagine if your progeny was the kid that fixed all the fucked up shit in the world, came out there with his big old fucking pendulum just swinging between his legs, he's like, yo, cancer, I'll get that shit solved in like 3 hours, takes care of it, gets fucking drinking water to Flint, you know, and just takes care of business, dude.
Maybe. That could be somebody else's, though. There's plenty of other kids out there.
Yeah, but they all stink.
Right. Kids,
You know,
kids
like,
largely stink.
There's 90% of them aren't going to do shit. Even the ones that become doctors or scientists.
Go fuck yourself.
Like, there's still doctors and scientists that don't accomplish a fucking thing. But, speaking of accomplishment, I've accomplished something that I think is going to change the world for the children. It definitely benefits the children. I've eliminated one of their greatest natural predators.
Okay.
I have discovered the cure for pedophilia.
An out and out cure for it completely.
Unless they're a real fucking like level 12 pedo, probably not. But anybody like level 10 and under, I got this fucking covered. And all it's going to take is two groups of people coming together, unifying to fix this. And I think both of them have the means to do this. The first is the Pfizer company. Now, I chose Pfizer because I got their vaccine and I got sick X-Men powers. And so I'm going to go with that instead of like Johnson & Johnson's, who is barely a vaccine. And, you know, and Moderna, I don't really know them, you know.
I got the JJ and I don't feel different.
I mean, Moderna's whatever. I love Tyler Perry, but I never watch his movies. But so I'm going to go with Pfizer, you know, because I go with what I know, and they're going to have to team up with either Keeps, Get Rogaine, or was that Bosley hair restoration thing?
DraftKings.
No, not the other one that's in everybody's fucking podcast.
Manscaped.
So they team up with Bosley, and they develop a prenatal vitamin
for hims.
Yeah, they've developed like a prenatal vitamin out of the, like, you know, Rogaine and the whatever medication goes in that, and they start giving it to the women as soon as they fucking find out they're pregnant. That way, their sons or daughters are born full bush, unibrow, chest hair and leg hair and arm hair.
they slide out hairy
like,
as shit.
Imagine like you're a pedo and you're in a fucking van. You know, you got like your whole gimmick, like, all right, I'm going to tell this kid I got candy. I'm going to tell him I got candy. I'm going to tell him I got candy. My ass wants to see my dog, all this stuff. And then you pull up and like you're right in front of the kindergarten. You're ready to get your snatch on. And all you see is a bunch of kids with like, they're wearing like their little kid shorts, but like you see like the bush is spilling out over it.
Or the leg hair, and you're like, yeah, exactly. That's weird.
It's like, is this kid Greek? Or am I wandered upon like some crazy little people village, you know, that I thought was a kindergarten. So that way, all those kids are going to be saved from pedos. I mean, yeah, they're going to have to maybe later in life get some electrolysis. But honestly, they'll perfect that technology soon, and that won't be a big fucking deal. And honestly, Italians and Greeks won't have to worry about it because they already have it. I mean, they're already born with a full set of teeth, too, so that's just weird. So I think if Pfizer and Rogaine or Keeps or whoever teams up, we've got this fucking problem licked. The only thing you have to worry about is, like, pedos who fucking have like even weirder fetishes, like are into like hairy children. Other than that, I think you're fucking good.
Or just like real violent, disgusting shit.
I mean, I was a kid. I developed early. Like I went through puberty at like fucking 11. So I was that kid in like the gym locker room that already had chest hair and like a fucking bush too. And most kids were impressed by that. So you figure these kids are going to go into school later in life already having a bush, chest hair, whatever they have it. And it won't be getting made fun of. People are like, oh shit, did you see Mikey? He's got a full fucking bush and a chest hair, dude. He's way cooler than the rest of us.
No, it'll be just normal for them.
Exactly. So then it's win-win.
True. Less shaming for late bloomers like myself.
And this may even eliminate male pattern baldness too. Well, women get pattern baldness too, so maybe even fucking cures that. It knocks out alopecia. You know, it's win-win across the board, unless you're a fucking pedo.
I see no problem here.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure I will be getting the Nobel Peace Prize. I mean, if you want to know more, subscribe to my newsletter.
Write an acceptance speech right now.
Yeah. It's just going to be...
Can you riff it?
You know...
It's like, ladies and gentlemen...
I didn't come up with this idea... Oh. Thank you. Please sit. I didn't come up with this idea to make myself look good. You know, I did this for the children. For the children. And I wouldn't be able to do this for the children if it wasn't for the fine people at, you know, Hair Club for Men, but also now Hair Club for Children. and the Pfizer organization teaming up with me to take pedophiles out at the root. Literally at the root. At the follicle. So
at a genetic level, even.
I appreciate the honor of getting this Nobel Peace Prize, President Obama third term. But it's not about me. It's about you kids. Go on. You're the future. Thank you.
Incredible.
There's finger sandwiches out in the lobby. I think it's gonna be good. I think it'll help people, dude.
There's a lot of potential there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of meat on the bone for that cure.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
No pun intended. Please.
And then we can then once you get rid of pedos, then we can have the pigs and the cops. You know, they can actually focus on something else. You know, like not shooting people that harm people,
not killing minorities.
Yeah,
at an unreasonably high level.
Yeah. So now you can train these ITT tech graduates a little bit better because you don't have to teach them about, rusty vans and candy and shit. He's like, no, don't worry about it anymore. That crime is no longer a thing. And I think I'll just now use my talents to go forward and try to solve the next crime at its root cause. But I haven't figured out which one I'm going to go for next.
Well, one Nobel Prize winner at a time,
Yeah, I don't want to hog all of them. I mean, each year, what is it going? They get out. Each year you get one that goes out, or I don't know. Who gives a fuck? But I don't want to take them away from some kid and maybe figure out a way to desalinate water so everybody can have drinking water. But I mean, that's great that if a kid did that or figured out how to split the atom without causing nuclear fallout. But if it wasn't for me, those two kids that followed up those things would have been getting fingered in the butt in the back of a van. But it's because of my heroic efforts, they got to go on and accomplish what they accomplished.
They lived their dream.
So I was the stepping stone to their success.
You walked so they could run.
Exactly. Because we know I will never run. So, yeah, that's what I was doing while you were getting my balls snipped because I don't want to have kids. I was thinking about the kids in a different way. You want to prevent them. I want to save them.
I mean, I'm saving them from being, I don't know. They'd have to deal with my stupid child. I was a problem when I was a kid.
Why?
I just wasn't good. I was just not a good kid.
Your broad just weren't good. Were you stupid?
No, I was highly intelligent, but as most kids, didn't give a shit, didn't try. I was taking up space, in school. Yeah. So, and plus my family genes are weird and I don't need to pass it down. I don't need some half stupid, anxious little kid just like me. No thanks.
But I'm saying if he gets the rest of your gifts, I don't think the stupid's going to matter.
There is always an X factor in that, though.
Yeah.
They could get my partner's DNA in that department.
Oh, true.
And they could skip over. So then what's the fucking point?
That's a good fucking point.
Yeah.
Yeah, what if you have a girl? Is she going to have a fucking born with an engorged clit? Like China? That WWF girl or whatever her name was?
It was Ev at the time. No.
Oh, sorry.
She would.
I'll never make that mistake ever again.
My daughter would be a fucking problem too. because I was also an irreverent little bastard too. Like I was a fucking. I do not want to be a parent for that. No thanks.
Apparently.
Uh-huh.
But no, I agree. Like, I don't want to have kids and shit either, just because I know I would be terrible at it.
That too.
Like, I don't even have my own shit together, let alone enough to fucking make sure a kid doesn't die.
Yeah.
Like, if I were to have a child, it would probably have a life expectancy of about year and a half.
I would have, for myself, I would have said 6 months.
I mean,
maybe 1 year.
As long as like some of my older relatives were alive, maybe they could like, keep me from like accidentally dropping it in the toaster or shit like that.
What is it? The size of a piece of bread?
Who knows of my fucking genetics? Because that's the thing with my genetics, dude. I started off life a fucking beanpole. I was skinny as fuck. Then as soon as I hit puberty, I gained like 500 pounds. Body hair and 500 pounds, dude. I was a fucking looker in gym class, dude. I was fucking good, dude. You ever see that movie Critters?
I don't know.
The horror movie? Mm-mm. With the little balls of fur with the big jagged teeth? That's pretty much what I looked like when I was like 11 or 12. And I was also convinced that washing your hair wasn't cool, because if you don't wash your hair, you can like style it and make it stick up real cool. So I never washed my hair. I had horrible hygiene. I didn't start wearing deodorant until I was like 14, and I needed it at like 10. So I was like this little fuzzy,
stinky,
greasy, stinky fucking kid. They don't need to be any more of them. I mean, Italy's already full of them. So we don't need more. But I don't think I'll get snipped either. Not because, I don't see anything wrong with it. I'm just really lazy.
See. I thought I would be too for the rest of my life, but then like it was kind of serendipitous, because I did the consultation 4 years ago when I first was seriously looking into the options and talking to people who did it, and then like I had my health insurance, a good job, and all that shit. So I got the consultation, and then like you said, I got lazy. And
is that why it took 4 years between it?
Yeah, because I lost that job and lost the health insurance.
Oh,
so that was a big first part of it, and B, I just kind of was lazy and just didn't get around to following up on it, because I got right back into work at a different place, and I've been employed ever since then. So in theory, I could have done this any time, but recently. It's funny. Like I said, I made because it had been so long, I had to make another consultation with the doctor, and then my consultation fell on this Friday in June this past summer, and that day when I was going into the appointment at the morning, it was the day they turned over Roe v. Wade, and I was like, holy shit! How crazy is it that I just decided to do this today?
On the most heroic day and recently in the justice system.
Oh my God.
Your body, your choice. Wink. Now, are you going to become one of the... Like, I know of a few people that have had vasectomies. I actually know quite a few people that have had vasectomies. Are you going to become one of those fucking dudes that constantly posts, like, health facts about vasectomies? Like, it's totally easy. You can do it. This, and this. And just shove it down other people's throats that they should get their fucking lap mutilated?
Now, I made a post about it that day when I went into the consultation, because everybody was like, what are you going to do now? What are you going to do for this? Like,
so you didn't get this for any kind of, like, altruistic reason.
I got this purely for myself.
Shut people up.
No, I got this purely for me, and now I have the advantage of being like, I did my part.
It's like, I got my fucking tubes tied.
Yeah, what the fuck did you do?
I'm Tommy Tube tied.
Tommy tied tubes.
Damn, that rolls off the fucking tongue, dude. Alliteration is sick.
Yeah, but then, in fact, I brought it up to the doc that day. I was like, how about this fucking news? How ironic is it that I'm in here today? And he was like, yeah, it's a travesty in the justice system. It's stupid.
So why did that keep you from the overturning of Roe v. Wade? Keep you from getting it done then?
It didn't. I think it just happened to fall on the same day.
Ah, okay.
But I guess to answer the question, I guess like any partner I'm with forever will, like I said, will never have to worry about having an abortion or using birth control.
And if you ever decide to change your mind, it's not like it's irreversible.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
My doctor specializes in the reversal procedure. So he told me today,
Causalino, is there anything you can't do?
I don't think so. He's a pretty good looking guy too. I'm not going to lie to you. He was making eyes with me and I was like,
Causalino, more like Causali, yes.
But he was like the good job, buddy. He was like, yeah, I had a patient that I did the procedure on 19 years ago, the reversal procedure, and he came in for something with his 19-year-old daughter. He was like, the guy was like, your reversal is responsible for me being able to have that kid.
He brought in his 19-year-old daughter. He's like, now do her next. This is the guy I was telling you about, sweetie. If it wasn't for his heroic deed, I never would have had you. But you're a total fucking dunce, and I don't want you having a kid. So, Coslino, take care of this.
Can we?
Before it becomes a problem.
Can we know?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Oh, that's fucking great. Good old fucking dick and balls.
Now, what else we got here?
Are you gonna get any fucking like good? You're gonna have good, like, you can't even have a scar to show anybody. Like that's boring.
No, I won't.
That's boring.
In fact, there's stitches down there. They're gonna dissolve and just go away. Ugh. How anticlimactic,
dude. That's fucking terrible.
Well, that's exactly how it should be for anything that guys have to do in this world. Just so we can it'll just quietly go away.
Oh no, fuck that, dude. Like I've had like tons of kidney stones and shit. So I've always like been, every time like I'll pass a kidney stone into the toilet while pissing, I will put my fucking hand in there, fish that bad boy out, wash it off, and then show everybody I know for like the next couple weeks till I finally get rid of it. I fucking parade around with that thing like I found a fucking gold nugget.
How big is a kidney stone on average?
For me, it changes. It's small as a grain of sand where you can barely feel it coming out. And the biggest one I had was about the size of maybe 2 pinheads. Not the guy from hell, but the actual head of a pin.
And we're going to tear your dick hole
But they're like, some of them are smooth, and some of them have like spines on them, like those little fucking seed things. Yeah. So it all depends. And the ones with the spines on it are great because after you pass it, as it goes out of your dick, it shreds shit on the way out.
Oh, good.
So you're like pissing blood clots for the rest of the day, too.
That's good.
But I gotta tell you, when you pass a stone, after all the pain you go through while you have it, when it finally just blows out your dick,
it's liberating, it seems.
It's fucking wonderful. It's like taking a shit out of your dick. It is fantastic. Like, you know, like those shits where you're like, you almost don't make it to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like, you've been drinking...
do I.
Like, you spent all morning eating, like, grape nuts and drinking reheated coffee. So, like, you got, like, a fucking barn burner ready to go. And you're duck waddling, and, like, it's almost... You're like, oh, God. You got sweat on your brow. And then you finally sit and just fucking unleash. It's like that, but coming out of your dick.
The worst is when one of those kicks in when you're, like, in transit.
Oh, it's like the fucking worst.
Like, there's no stopping.
Like, if you're on the bus. Ugh.
Or worse, a car.
Oh, well, the car...
You do have the freedom to pull into somewhere, but you still have to... That's still something you have to do. You have to find a place to go and, like, hope that they have a public restroom of some kind.
But imagine it being on, like, a mass transit, like a bus or a train. It's like, you're fucked.
You good over there, dude?
Dude.
He's like... You're
I don't know if he's enjoying this or if he's fucking mad at me.
He's definitely having fun, but he doesn't make for great audio.
Dude,
can you shut up over there, dog?
Oh, you just got quiet as hell.
Fuck them.
But yeah, how many times have you shit yourself in the past year?
Well, my shit's a little different, so it's never a shit.
Oh, you
it's
eat
never
healthy.
a turd. It's a no. It's never a turd. It's more of a shart. I have sharded several times this year.
Same. Last time I shit myself was probably like it was right before COVID.
Now, full on. I don't know that I've ever shit a full on turd into my pants.
Oh, I shit multiple turds.
It's always been sharts.
I was this is back when I was actually taking like an active role in my physical fitness, and I was up at Del Castle Park, and I was at like maybe like the halfway point, like right around that backside where it lines up with the woods. And all of a sudden, I had, like I brought up before, I had drank reheated coffee that morning, so I was just bubbling, and I was just like, fuck. And I forgot that there was the porta potty like right over by the parking lot. And it wasn't in eyesight, so I duck walked it back to my house, and I go into my house. Of course, everything's getting fucked up. I'm dropping my house key. I'm tripping on shit. I'm trying to get in the fucking front door. The dogs won't get out of the way. I'm running upstairs, and like when you are holding in a shit real bad, going upstairs isn't good. Like any kind of walking that isn't like the fucking the duck walk,
dude. Number two, any bathroom up the stairs sucks too.
Well, that was also my fault. I have a bathroom downstairs, but I have this thing where I won't shit in it. And the reason I won't shit in it is because I'm a bowl killer. Like I'm a bowl streaker. Like I was fucking there. So I like to keep that downstairs bathroom nice in case I have company. You know what I mean? I'm not a fucking savage.
Yeah, there's a winner's circle when you cross the finish line.
I was just like, you know what? I can make it up the stairs. I can make it up the stairs. And then I finally get up to the stairs, and instead of going right into the toilet, I'm like, I should probably get naked for this one because this is going to be one of those. Ooh. So I ripped my shirt off and shit. I kicked my shoes off. And right as I kicked my last shoe off, hell unleashes. And I am so shocked and just like stunned at this moment that I'm just filling. Luckily, I was wearing sweatpants with the little elastic at the bottom. So I'm just filling these fuckers up. And I am just like jaw like to my chest, just like, ah. And here's the thing. My mom is sitting at the computer not 5 feet away from me. And it's not a quiet one.
No. Why would it be?
And no way in hell is it smell good. And she just turns around and she's like, are you? And I was just like, huh. And she's like, well, fucking run to the bathroom. It's like, can't move. So I seriously finished shitting and then tried to walk as best as I could without anything sliding out the pant legs of these sweatpants. And I just climbed in the fucking shower.
Yeah.
Luckily, only a little bit hit the carpet. Shout out to Soft Scrub, though. You wouldn't even know it nowadays.
Hey, that's the Clean and Power Pine Sol, baby.
Shout out, Soft Scrub. What's up? But, dude, yeah, that was the last main time. I hear you.
It's corn.
It's Cohen. I tried it with butter. Everything changed.
That's right.
That was the last time I full on shit myself. Sharding, it probably happens once a month.
Sharding is par for the course if you're not careful.
I do this dumbass thing, like when I have this shit.
I gamble a lot.
I gamble all the fucking time. Because
you win some and some
I'm not a quick shitter either. Like I don't go in and dump, wipe, and get out. I'm in there. I'm like watching YouTube videos. I'm reading comic books. I'm just doing this. So I'm like,
it's an event.
I really got to shit. All right, let's go grab the book I'm reading, or I'll go grab like the iPad or something, and just go sit and so I can enjoy it. And every time I do that, it's like I keep adding other shit. Hey, maybe I'll grab a can of water. Maybe I'll grab this. And oh yeah, I got to call that guy back. I'll do that too while I'm on my way over there.
Water in a can, huh?
Yeah, like seltzer.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I see.
So I do add all this shit just to make sure that my experience is worthwhile, because I love shitting. It's peaceful. But then I add too much to the list, and then I end up regretting it, because then it's like you can feel it coming out, and like you're squeezing your cheeks together so it doesn't breach. But yeah. And it's just one of those things. You're always just like, fuck, it's not even worth wiping. Just jump in the shower.
Yeah. Now, are you have you gotten on the Squatty Potty train yet? Or do you feel it's not necessary?
Evan from my band has this thing. It's his old apartment, but he had like, I don't know if it counts as a Squatty Potty, but it's like a footstool that comes up to the front of the toilet. You're supposed to put your feet up on it, and it kind of acts the same way as a Squatty Potty.
That's what it is.
But I'm really fat and unflexible.
Yeah.
So I literally couldn't get my feet up on there. But I want to try it because like there's been plenty of times where I just don't get all the shit out.
Yeah, it really helps for complete evacuation.
Like, actually, maybe like it was definitely this past weekend or the week before where I literally got up from shitting and instantly had bubble guts again and had to sit right back down again.
I hate that. It always happens when I have to shit at work because I don't have a fucking squatty there.
So you actually have a squatty here.
I have a squatty down there and a bidet.
See, bidets, I just don't know all the technology behind it or how it actually works. So I'm like afraid of them.
It's a squirt gun.
But I'm really want that because one thing I always worry about having a clean butthole, and I don't know why.
Okay, I'll do you one better. Let's say you're eating a peanut butter sandwich. There's peanut butter smeared on the table by accident.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to clean it off? Are you going to wipe it with a dry paper towel?
No, wet rag.
Exactly, a wet fucking rag. The bidet is just like it's just like taking a shower, but just real quick on your beehole.
And then you would just dab your asshole with toilet paper to get the water off, or do you have like a towel?
Some people do use a towel because it's efficient, but I just do like a single fold and just dab it.
See, I actually have, I have nice towels, nice hand towels, but I also bought these dollar stores awful hand towels. So when I get out of the shower, I'll dry off with the towel, and everything else. But I won't use that towel to dry my asshole or that area because for some reason I don't trust the fact that I'm good at cleanliness. So I actually keep these other like the dollar store washcloths strictly to dry my asshole
for the pits of your body.
That's it.
I kind of get that. How's the texture difference?
It's a lot thinner than like a good towel.
Does it have that like roughness to it?
Nah, sometimes if they're that bad, yeah.
I prefer a towel that feels like that. I don't like soft towels.
It depends on what part of your body you're hitting it with. If it's your face, like as soon as you get out of the shower, you hit your face and your head. Soft's nice. You feel a nice soft towel on your face.
Yeah.
Everything else, I don't give a fuck.
No, I like the roughness. Like, you remember those '90s like Disney towels with like Lion King and shit on them? Well, anyway.
I imagine they're towels with Lion King on it.
Well,
am I far off?
Not really. Those are like the perfect towels to me because they have just enough roughness. It feels like you're actually getting dry.
So you're talking about like the towels you would get at like a public pool?
Yes, exactly like that. Exactly.
Like the YMCA towels.
Sure.
So yeah, like I'm always worried about having a clean butthole, and I want to like get a bidet, but I just haven't done it yet.
Hey man, there's one right down there if you want to take it for a spin.
The things I've done to ensure clean butthole is ridiculous. Like for instance, I can hear him. He's fucking great. Elliot, keep up the good work, buddy. But this is what I used to do. Because I used to work outdoor construction. Like this was when I was like a teenager. And like I said, I've always been really fucking fat. So I sweat a lot. But what I would do is to cut down on butt sweat. I would fold a paper towel in half and put it in my butt crack.
It's a man pond.
Yes. Exactly.
Whose bit was that? They explained the man pond.
I don't know, but they are definitely onto some of the great technology that and like I will still do it sometimes to this day.
I feel like that was Mad TV or something like it's old. The man pond is an old thing, but it's a genius idea.
It's because I'm like, okay, I'm not because like I don't want to get like I'm always wearing either khaki pants and stuff like that at work and shit like that. So I didn't want to like get butt sweat. Like you can hide butt sweat in jeans.
Yeah,
but anything else,
you're not a complete animal.
I don't want to walk around with a fucking looks like I'm drooling out my backside and shit. And that is just like if you go and sit down with a sweaty ass get up, sit down, get up, sit down, get up, sit down, you're gonna get fucking rashes. You're gonna get like a basically diaper rash. So to alleviate all that, I would just fold like a fucking piece of brawny in half,
Fair.
like a letter slot, and just fucking keep me from scooch pooching. I mean, because like as a fat dude, I was always worried. Like one of the main things that always concerns me is like I don't give a shit how I look. It's weird, but I always worry about like anytime someone's like, "Yo, something stinks." I'm always like, "Fuck, is it me?"
I hope it's not me. Yeah.
Fuck, is it me? And like, so that was one of the things I'm always worried about, having a clean asshole.
Well, that's that deep-seated former stinky kid trauma.
Yeah. Also, on the stinky kid trauma, I put deodorant in places other than my armpit.
Okay.
Under the gut.
Makes sense.
Keep it dry. That's it. I don't have any other place I keep it. But like, I used to do a Gold Bond spray, but that shit stings. Shout out Gold Bond spray if you want to sponsor us. But yeah, see, did you ever do anything disgusting like I do? No, you've always probably been fucking physically fit, you fucking piece of shit.
Nah, I grew up a tiny kid, so.
Oh, you didn't have any of that shit to worry about.
No. I was bullied for being small, and like, you know, underdeveloped. Like I said, I was a very, very late bloomer. I didn't go through puberty till senior year of high school.
I honestly envy that.
Well, yeah, because later in life it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
But no, because of all that.
That would have made me a hell of a better student. I would have been worried about jerking off constantly or trying to get pussy.
Yeah, I didn't.
I actually would have been like doing what I was supposed to instead of selling my Ritalin at school lunch and you know, and not focusing and taking 5 years to get out of high school. You know, it's like
I didn't get into that until I was 15, 16.
Yeah, it's like, so yeah, and you didn't have to worry about fucking just having a unibrow or any kind of goofy body shit going on.
No armpit hair. No nothing.
You should have been a swimmer.
See, I wanted to be a swimmer, but do you know what time their practice is? They practice at like 5 o'clock in the morning before school. And I was like, fuck that. I don't want to wake up that early.
Yeah, and you got to wear one of those goofy ass swim caps.
The cap's not so bad. It's just the fucking... And plus, I went to AI and...
Brag.
Sure. The swim team had to go to Sally's to practice. I mean, not Sally's, Cab.
With the
Charter.
art kids?
Yeah, the charter.
Ugh.
Right. Ugh. My co-host of my other show is a Cab kid. Can you tell?
Cab kids, like...
Matt, I love you to death, but you're definitely a Cab kid.
Callaway School for the Arts is what we're talking about. But I definitely have a lot of friends that came out of there. And, you know, they are artistic people, and that's great. But it's definitely the school for kids whose parents believed in them. You know?
I know a couple good eggs that came out of there, too. But to your point, yes.
But, yeah, it's just like... Kids are like, oh, you can do anything. And their parents actually fucking meant it. You know what I mean?
Like, oh, you want to be a star? You want me to take you to an audition?
We'll take you to a school that'll help you develop this stardom.
There's an ad in the paper for a casting call. We should go.
I mean, there's fucking like celebrities that came out of Cab.
Like who?
Aubrey Plaza.
Oh, no, she's a Padua girl.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
I thought she was a Cab girl.
Nah, she's Padua.
Damn. Well, then she can go fuck herself.
My niece is a Padua girl. Watch it. That's a good school.
What do niece is a fucking bum.
What do I know?
Can she kickflip?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then she's good. But yeah, the Cab kids, man, it was always like a roll of the dice. Either they actually did something with their artisticness, or they just became pieces of shit.
Big fucking finger quotes on that artistic. by the way.
Because the world needs more people that can, you know.
The world needs more theater kids. Christ almighty.
Why does theater still exist?
It's the same. I guess it's the same reason live music and stand up and other shit exists.
No,
so it's for somebody out there.
Who?
Somebody.
Name one person in your life that you know actually likes to go to the theater.
I couldn't name. I'm racking my brain. I can't.
Exactly, because no one under the age of 70 should like the theater. It's like they invented this great thing years ago called television. And also movies, and it's like, why the fuck would you want to go see, especially like a musical?
Musical, go fuck yourself.
Like,
I hate musicals.
Like I was thinking about my mom's favorite movie is that Sound of Music. You know, like the backdrop of that shit is World War II.
Hack choice, by the way.
It's like World War II is like the backdrop. Like they're fucking like Nazis and shit. I'm like, so great. So you're in an area of the world where there's Nazis, like, you know, going around just fucking killing people and shit and putting them in pizza ovens and shit like that. And what are you doing? You're fucking twirling around on a goddamn hill singing songs to these little spoiled rich kids? Fuck that, dude. That's just insensitive. Like, how dare you?
It's kind of tone deaf, no?
Yeah, right? It's like the hills are alive. Like, yeah, but the guys in the camps ain't. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Meanwhile, the train rolls by behind her.
And, you know, she would have stopped mid-song and be like, oh, just ignore that. Like, you're like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Oy vey. Indeed.
So it's like, musicals, and like, what was that one with the fucking, that other popular one about, like, the two gangs?
Fuck.
West Side Story.
West Side Story. The Jets and the fucking Sharks.
It's like, yo, like, I've seen, like, gangs of people and, like, crews or whatever you want to call it, like, meet up to fight each other.
I've seen the Warriors.
Like, yo, none of them fucking are like, yo, fuck you, motherfucker, and then all of a sudden just start snapping. You know, get low. And, like, yo.
Scary.
Like, do you, like, make sure you and all your friends have, like, you know, like, weapons on you, or do you make sure you guys have, like, synchronized dance moves?
Matching satin jackets.
Right? If you should do anything, like, along the lines of, like, practicing or having a routine, how about some fucking martial arts? That way, if it's just a straight one-on-one street fight, you'll be all right. But now you're fucking learning to do the Watusi, you know, and your boy's fucking, you're going like as a dude with a bike chain. And it's like, that's just impractical. But yeah, no one should ever like the theater. No one should try to be a theater actor. It just means you're a failure at real acting. It's just, I don't know.
I don't think you should try, but if it's something that you fall ass first into in school or something, I get it, to like get through school, and then you can pivot to something else like acting or you know,
if it's like
musical performance or something,
like a stepping stone to what you really want to do. Okay,
I don't know though that many people aspire to be a professional theater actor anymore. Not around here, at least. That's like a New York City thing. I think.
Like, you ever see shit where like actors will take breaks from like legit like movie and cinema acting to go do Broadway plays? Like, what are you doing, dude?
It's practice.
It's like, what are you doing?
I think that's on that level. That's practice. That's keeping their skills sharp.
I think that is. I think that's fucking being an asshole. I think what they're doing is they're going back to the theater to show those nerds what's up.
Oh, like, look how big my dick is, kind of thing.
Like, oh yeah, you're the big shit. Yo, you're doing Hamilton. Oh, that's great. I'm fucking Bradley Cooper. You know, and just like you're just trying to dunk on these fucking theater nerds to make yourself feel better.
Star is Born.
Yeah.
No, I think it's practice. Because if they're not like you said, if they're between movies or something, they want to keep their skills sharp. I kind of get it.
Do a commercial.
How many commercials? A commercial is what?
Do an episode of Law and Order.
And that takes what, a week?
Yeah.
A Broadway show is like at least a few weeks work.
Yeah.
Including practicing and performing and shit.
However long that fucking play's lasting at that place. Yeah, you gotta be there the whole time. Fuck that. And the thing is like, you may put way more time into making a movie, but you'll always have, that movie will always exist.
Yeah.
Where other people can see it. Like, no one fucking films theater.
They shouldn't either.
Yeah. It's like, why would you? Well, unless your kid's like, it's like your kid's dance recital or some shit like that.
That is an interesting, I just had an interesting thought about that. That's like, it's the same thing as like going and seeing bands. It's like, yeah, you have their CD, but the live experience can't be like, I might sound too much like I'm trying to sell on the pro side of theater performance. You're
playing devil's advocate, which is, it's good to have, unbiased opinions and shit. But I don't know. It's just like, also, like you said, like you have the CD or the record and shit at home. What the fuck do you have at home for the theater that you're like, all right, but I want to go see the live experience? Unless it's something like based off a book or like a fucking another movie,
right?
Like Rocky Horror or some shit like that. But yeah, if it's like Is there a movie version of Hamilton? Oh, who gives a fuck? But it's not like, like, oh, I really like fucking this Earth Crisis record. I'm gonna go see them live and see how they do it live. That's one thing. But you don't have like a home copy of Rent or fucking Cats.
Maybe what I was trying to say is like say you film a band at their best possible performance, like a live DVD or something.
Yeah,
that would never come close to seeing it live.
Yeah,
and I think that shouldn't really exist. Like, really. I
mean, as far as people filming like live music, like what Sony does with Hey 5.6. Yep, like that's cool. Like, I like that is because like we'll have bands that aren't coming through your town.
Well, to your point, that's a documentary kind of thing.
Yeah, because otherwise, that performance is lost to time.
Yeah, that experience in that room, it's like that member was playing with the band live again, some other crazy circumstance. Like, I drove 4 hours to that show. I was there. Yeah. Like that. Fuck, I lost a great train.
Like as someone who's going to shows in the 90s, it's like most you can hope for to either is your own memory, which you hope fucking lasts as long as it can, or you hope stories. That some asshole was in the back with a giant VHS camera. And honestly, the quality shit, tracking down that person who's probably a normie by now is impossible. So yeah, this is good for documentation. But I like when he would put like I see videos of like bands, like a hardcore band or a metal band, I'm like, I think like, do I want to watch this? Is like, can I go see them live in a reasonable?
Yo,
excuse me,
we're talking here. Oh, he wants his toy.
Oh, here you go, Bubba. Go play.
Go ahead.
But yeah, it's just like if that band's like A, local, or B, just a band that I can see when they come through on tour, it's different. But he'll get bands from like other countries, that live on the other side of the United States or wherever that I don't have the opportunity to see. And he also restores like old footage of shows I wasn't at. And that, I think, that's good. That's a different thing. But all of it, I'd much rather see it live.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no question. I would choose live 11 out of 10 times.
And honestly, if someone was like, yo, I need a new band to check out, I think I'd rather, with the type of music that, heavy metal or fucking hardcore, punk rock, or whatever, if you're going to recommend it to somebody, I think it's way better to just, like, your first experience with a band be a live setting or a live video than recorded. Because sometimes recordings, if they're too clean, it takes away some of the energy.
Yeah, it's polished.
If it's too unpolished, it loses a lot of, like, what they're trying to get across. And so a live setting is normally like a band at their 100%. So that's different. But that doesn't come up with fucking like Broadway musical theater or shit like that.
Yeah.
That's just like musical theater and shit like that's like people that just were so bad they couldn't get a Geico ad. You know what I mean? It's like, and like at that point you should just fucking read the writing on the wall and stop. Like, go learn a trade. Go learn a weld. Go become a barber. Just do something. Do something else that's people need. We don't need somebody to sing while 5 tables of people enjoy a coffee. It's silly and it's stupid.
Put the acoustic guitar down.
So,
and back away slowly.
So, as you know, I love fucking conspiracy theory. I fucking love it. Like, it's one of my favorite things in the world.
Oh.
And one of my favorite things to do is make up my own to see if they'll get traction. And so I was thinking about this a while ago, and I just wanted to run it past you. Obviously, you know what the Proud Boys are, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I think the Proud Boys are funded by Fred Perry Clothing Company.
Really? After the statement they made?
I have no facts to back this up whatsoever. But, and this is why I think it though. Think about it like this. Fred Perry made the shirt, that one shirt that all the Proud Boys wear. Because, nothing says badass like matching clothes with your friends. Like, get out of here, dude. What is this, a fucking family reunion? Fucking dorks. You know, because like the Hitler haircut and the manicured beard wasn't the first giveaway. They all had to have that. They all had to have that black and yellow Fred Perry. So I figure that way, there's the dudes that were already like had those shirts. They had the shirts, but now new people coming into the Proud Boys, in which with our last administration in office, there's a lot of new people joining up. That's more shirts sold. Now. All the people that rocked Fred Perry that are not down with the Proud Boys and all their fucking goofball shit are getting rid of their black and yellow Fred Perrys. They're throwing them away because, like, I'm not getting associated with that shit. But now they are replacing those Fred Perrys with new Fred Perrys of a different color. So either way, Fred Perry's making sales.
Yeah. I can do the math, but they did in 2017 they put out a statement like distancing themselves from that from those nerds too.
But did they mean it?
Maybe not.
I mean, some people, like they say, even like negative press sometimes is good for you.
No press is bad press.
As long as your name's out there in the fucking everybody was talking about it.
Dude, what's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the words Fred Perry?
Proud Boy. Yeah. And it sucks because, dude, honestly, not a bad looking shirt.
No, I own a black and white one, and I think that's it. I think just the one shirt, but they do make great clothes. I have a jacket.
Dude, I had a great Fred Perry shirt that I used to wear to like fucking like somewhat formal get-togethers.
Yeah.
Not like weddings or nothing, but like, like a little more zhuzhed up party.
Yeah.
It was fucking fine. And as a fat fuck, they fit me well.
Yeah.
I was like, this is great, but...
You ever see the meme of the kid with the Fred Perry and Docs on, or not Docs? It was like a Fred Perry and like a nice pair of, or it was Clark's or something,
okay.
and it goes, your boy cleans up nice. He put on his first polo shirt.
Dude, I love
Perry.
People post those fucking man I clean up nice like posts. Like, granted, like 1 out of 10, yeah, you actually do look good. Congratulations.
Good job.
But most of the time, it's like a dude in an ill-fitting suit. It's like, it's either like 2 sizes too big. Like, it looks like he's got shoulder pads on. And it's just like, yeah, I clean up real nice. And he's like at a fucking, like, he's at a wedding wearing like a braided belt and a basketball jersey. And it's just, what are you doing? It's like, you don't. But, hey, man, as long as you feel good.
So be it.
So be it. But I'm still going to say you look like an asshole.
Yeah.
Because you look like an asshole. But, yeah, so... And Doc Martens is another thing I never fucking understood either. Because, all those kids that are like, oh, we're working class, but yada, yada, yada. We wear Doc Martens. I'm like, why are your Doc Martens always clean? Like, they're work boots. Why are
they?
Well, I guess that's what they were supposed to be, wasn't it?
Originally? Maybe. But I definitely wouldn't.
Because when they came, like when they were first, like Doc Marten first made his first pair of boots, I don't think there was such thing as like fashionable boot. Like every boot was made for the purpose of
being a boot.
You're going to be used by somebody who's working.
You're doing boot shit.
Yeah. When was the last time you've seen anybody on a job site or anybody in public with a dirty pair of Docs on, scuffed up? Got some paint spilled on them and shit like that.
Can't say that I have.
They're always nicely polished, crisp as fuck. And I'm not saying they don't look. I'm not saying they don't look good because they do look good. But it's like, if you're all about working class, why are your work boots clean? That makes no sense. I don't know. I'm on a fucking tangent, dude. But I think Fred Perry's fucking benefiting off the Proud Boys.
I'm sure they have. If it was intentional. Who's to say?
And if they were smart, I'm going to give you this idea for free, Fred. They should convince the Antifa people to get their own colors. And what they should do is figure out what color scheme they have in the factory that's just not selling well.
Yellow and black, not black and yellow.
Oh, completely reverse, because no one wants to wear an all-yellow shirt. You look like a fucking weirdo. So they probably got to have like a shitload of backstock of these yellow with like the black piping fucking Fred Perry shirts, and they're seriously a couple months away from sending it to some third world nation along with those like weird ass Super Bowl shirts of the losing team. So if they were to go to Antifa and just be like, yo, if you really want to be against fascism, wear the opposite colors of the Proud Boys. And then Antifa, oh shit, good idea. And then boom, they sold all that dead stock, and now they even make them more.
Let's see. They could do a white shirt. And what's the opposite of yellow? Blue or red?
Blue or red, yeah.
Like a white shirt with blue or red piping or something, or blue and red.
I would go something with just like the ugliest color combination possible.
Yeah, something like that. Nice and bright too, so it's real
something
obvious.
that you're not going to sell to a random.
Yeah, something real obvious. Any white polo with also colors is a bold move too. No?
Yeah. Like if you had like white with like yellow piping, like that would look stupid as fuck.
Well,
so just they do that and just sell it off as like, oh, this is the anti-Proud Boy Fred Perry shirt. Mm-hmm. So then they boost the sales of that. Either way, Fred's making money, dude.
It explodes. Yeah,
I'm telling you. So we got a segment we're going to work on right now. Do you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah, I think I do.
This segment, I want to preface it by saying, is extremely sexist. We will be very misogynistic about it, but just know
this is all jokes.
It's all jokes, and you'll understand anyway. It's called Evil Tits. We take a woman.
I love that name.
A woman of deplorable background who normally either has nudes online or cleavage shots and shit, or just like all over the internet, and see if she's good looking enough to cancel out her evil deeds. You see what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, you're a piece of shit, but are you hot enough to make us forgive that? Like, for instance, like Eva Braun, Hitler's fucking girl. Ava, whatever. Who gives a fuck? Like, you look at old pictures, she was all right looking, but she will never be good looking enough to cancel out the fact that she was Hitler's girlfriend. So I say, yeah, it's an instant lose. But I wanted to bring up a woman in particular. I think she's a stupid piece of shit and a dummy, but some will call her a patriot, if not a martyr. I'm talking about Ashley goddamn Babbitt.
All right. Now, before you told me this idea, or before you workshopped this idea the very first time,
I like how you're passing the buck off on me.
I had no clue who Ashley Babbitt was. I was like, who the fuck is that? And it turns out she was the one at the Capitol riot, right? Who died.
Yeah, she tried
to barge through a door, right?
Yeah, was the Secret Service was on the other side of the door telling her, "Hey, stop it. Cut it out, lady. You're being a real wet blanket." And she was like, no,
I'm busting down that door.
Freedom and shit. And then, of course, she thought her fucking white lady privilege was going to stop a hollow point, and joke's on her.
It sure didn't.
It did not.
Dude, I remember watching that video, and I was like, this is like a live leak video, and this is on the news.
Yeah.
I watched her die on camera.
Like, and imagine dying. It's one thing if like you actually succeeded in doing something like overthrowing a government or something like that, but you basically died so other dudes could steal Nancy Pelosi's mail and like take a shit on a desk, knock over some podiums. It's like you took a shot in the throat and died. Dead. Just so some dude dressed like a Viking can get his face on the news. You accomplished nothing. But she has a sick rack.
When I saw she has a big old set.
Yeah.
I'll add it in post. You have to see this.
Yeah.
It's pretty. It was shocking to me.
It honestly makes it way more of a stupid decision on her part to go out the way she went out. It's like you could have done so much more with your God-given gift.
You could argue that for any of those people who were at that gathering too. But
yeah,
let's get back to Ashley.
Ashley, what she could have done is with those set of uns that she has, she could have started an OnlyFans. And as we know, in this day and age, OnlyFans is a very lucrative business, and I support any girl who wants to do that, or boy, or in between, or whatever.
Any person.
Do OnlyFans, you fucking do it, and you kill it. well, I guess I shouldn't say kill, but
Not in Ashley's case.
But Ashley, with that fucking set of chesticles, could have made enough money to she could made enough money to run for president her fucking self, instead of wasting those precious gifts
Bazungas.
to end up bleeding out in front of a bunch of other fucking mouth breathers and accomplish absolutely nothing.
Dude, she dropped like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah.
Too. It was shocking.
All that just to stress out Mike Pence? So, if she had survived, well, she didn't, and obviously she's dead. It's sad to somebody. She has parents that probably loved her and whatever. But if she had survived, do you think that set would have made you overlook the fact that she was storming the Capitol, committing treason, or so, as some people would say, and putting other people's lives in danger? Would you have forgiven her if she would have just pulled that thing out on you? Would you be like, all right, cool, you can go?
I definitely would have been distracted, to say the least. I would have been like,
yeah.
Okay.
I think what I would have done was, if she would have just pulled those fuckers out. If I was the Secret Service agent or one of the Capitol security people, I wouldn't have shot her. What I would have done is look, take this bandana, put it over your eyes because I'm about to pepper spray this whole fucking mob. It's all right, cool. Now get the fuck out of here. And just run out the back. Get out of here.
Run along, kid.
Get along here. And don't do this ever again. I'm very disappointed in you. But, you know what I mean? So, I don't really know much else about her. I don't know what other fucked up shit she says or whatever. But yeah, that set, it kind of makes me it is depressing because she was young too. She was a fucking war veteran.
That's true.
Yeah. It's dude, that's another thing that kind of makes me want to go the other direction in this, is the fact that, you did your time with the United States military, and you could have been, done something with that. You could have been a fucking hero to some. You could have turned that into a career in politics yourself, so you could have fixed the perceived problems that you saw.
From the inside.
Exactly. And you could have funded your own campaign with an OnlyFans. Instead, you wasted all that military training to determine, if you're bulletproof. And
for, like you said, that dork with horns to get pictures.
Yeah. And here's the thing. She was a beautiful girl, incredibly well endowed. Her face is nowhere if you see when they show pictures of the Capitol rioters, you barely ever see pictures of her. All you see is that jackass in the face paint and the buffalo head or whatever the fuck you want to call it,
and that redhead dude who stole the podium.
Yeah, and that dude from Iced Earth. So it's you'll see that, but so you didn't even get news coverage, girl. You died. You were one of the few who died.
Literally in vain.
And all the anybody sees in the coverage is those dudes that just rolled into the main lobby area, smoked a bowl, and then dipped out. They got more coverage than you and your gargantuan tits, and that's
a crime in itself.
Because everybody loses.
Yeah,
everybody loses. There's no winner in that situation.
God, you hate to see it.
So I don't know whether.
So what do you say? Does she? What's your conclusion? Does she get the pass or no? Evil tits. Too evil or just evil enough?
I wouldn't say she was evil. I would say she was misguided.
Fair.
And made real poor use of her time on this earth.
Very. With
those things, when she could have been doing so much more to help herself and other people. So evil, no. Selfish, yes.
Great, an astute conclusion for sure.
Yeah, it's just sad.
All right, this is a great first episode, or early on episode.
Oh shit! I guess we should just say this is the illiterate. No, we're gonna edit that out.
I won't.
This is This is the Irrelevant Illiterate Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Dennis, and this is Tom.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for watching.
Or listening.
We'll be back.
Thanks.
Hopefully soon. And we're going to do this thing. What we do, it's called homework. Each week we do this. We're going to recommend an album you should listen to and either a podcast or a comedy special you should go check out. And then, it's something for you new to check out. And and then the next week when we come back, we'll talk about what we listened to. So, Tom, what do you got for me?
Well, I really wish I wrote it down.
If you say Gringo Poppy, I'm going to fuck you up. If you fucking say Brennan Schaub's Gringo Poppy, this is the last fucking episode. Jesus.
It's funny you say that because I was like scrolling through YouTube on my TV last night, just like looking like what was in my homepage, and there was probably like 5 or 6 like Brendan Schaub unpacked or like Brendan Schaub versus Tiger Belly. Like even still, people are still making videos about that clown.
It sucks because I watch a shitload of comedy specials through YouTube. So now all my YouTube algorithm is just like Gringo Poppy is like always suggested, and I'm just like, no.
You can mark it as like don't show this or something, right?
It doesn't matter because other people will, because I know you'll see it was like Gringo Poppy with commentary by some fucking fedora wearing comedy fan that's just like instead of just saying it fucking stinks, they have to get into like why it's bad and why you shouldn't watch it and shit. I'm like, no one cares.
Let's see. Music-wise, I'm looking in my recently played. I got back into a City Hunter kick.
City Hunter?
They're like a Mysterious Sky hardcore band.
Oh, mysterious.
It's a like Youth Attack shit. It's like Youth Attack Records. It's like it's very punk, and like it's super dark, and like the album is called Deep Blood. It's not very long.
Sounds pretty spooky.
It is spooky. The singer wears like not a ski mask, but something different.
No one's ever worn a ski mask before.
Like this crazy mask. And he uses like a voice distorter thing. It's crazy.
So it's Slipknot?
It's no, it's crazy. I've been on a City Hunter kick lately. Big time.
You're really not doing them any justice with your description.
Well, it's hard. It's fast. It's cool.
Is it hard?
Yeah. It's music for scary people.
Well, what's the name of a record I should listen to?
Deep Blood.
Deep Blood?
Yeah. 2018, Deep Blood. Youth Attack Records.
I've been getting into my record I'm going to recommend is I grew up in the era of when Victory Records was still good. And it's a record I think is grossly overlooked, and I think more people should listen to it. It's a band called Cast Iron Hike from Boston, and the name of the album is Watch It Burn. It is a good mix between just regular old hardcore, post-hardcore, and just tons. It's just heavy, but it's got clean singing, and it just does. There's not much else that it sounds like that came out at that time, but it's just something, It's a record that when people talk, if someone were to ask me like what my top 5 like Victory releases was, it would be in my top 5, and I just don't see enough people talking about it, and I think you should listen to that.
Cast Iron Hike. I will. I wrote it down.
Okay, no, you didn't. I didn't see you write down shit. Yeah, right. You just have to look at your phone to fucking remember shit from me.
That's true. I do.
As far as specials,
my memory fucking stinks.
Specials or pods you should listen to. I recommend everybody listen to the You Fucked It podcast, which is available pretty much anywhere. It's 2 comedians from Delaware County, Pennsylvania, or Philadelphia.
The greater Philadelphia area, I
Ryan
would say.
Shaner and Brian Six, both very funny guys, and
Hilarious.
It's just it's a great pod, and it's only about an hour long, so it's it's a short listen.
It's easy to get through. Yeah. Have you ever seen either of them?
No, I haven't.
Okay. I saw Ryan Shaner feature for somebody really fucking funny.
Yeah.
I think it was Oh, it was Brian, the Brian Callen show at Helium. Ryan is really fucking funny, and he's usually around he's usually on Philly shows. And when I saw Big J, I saw Brian Six feature for him.
Nice,
hilarious.
Yeah,
that motherfucker is funny.
That dude's funny as shit. Yeah,
look up that podcast for sure.
Yeah, look up that podcast. Look up those two comedians.
Yeah, and maybe if you see him on a show and you're not sure, like. That'll be a good show if either of them are on it. So
yes,
I'm going to recommend a comic. I think he has his own podcast. I don't remember. Shane Torres,
long hair guy.
Yeah,
I've seen him on other people's podcasts, but I don't think I've seen any of his own stuff.
I see his clips a lot on Instagram. He's very funny.
Was he on one of those Netflix shows where they have like 6 or 8 comedians doing like a half-hour sets and stuff?
I think
was he on one of those?
I think I
he might have seen that
because he definitely has footage that was like professionally shot. And
right.
That might be from it.
Yeah,
but that dude's really funny. I definitely recommend Shane Torres right now.
I will definitely go check him out. I'll give him a follow.
He was just on Skeptic Tank.
I love Skeptic Tank. It's another great pod. Yeah, I'll definitely have to listen to that episode then.
Yeah, I would recommend him for sure.
But thank you, everyone, for listening to us ramble on about Tom's cock and balls.
Yeah, we'll be back.
We'll be back.
Elliot too, probably. We'll see.
More than likely.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks for your support today.
And on that, toodaloo.